While our original project scope was focused on code deficiencies, a preliminary due diligence phase made it clear that the building was outdated both from an infrastructure and technology perspective, as well as from a cultural perspective. The hierarchical design, dominated by large private offices and executive dining spaces, no longer had a place in Ford's 21st century foundation. This realization was the turning point in establishing what became a mission-driven building renewal, one that would create opportunities for a more sustainable building and workplace and transform the corporate headquarters into a global center for social justice.
It was through close collaboration with Ford leadership that we dove deep into the values that mattered to Ford. On the sustainability front, we set and ultimately achieved our goal of LEED Platinum status. This also set a standard for the Ford operations team to build upon. From a programming perspective, our goal was to embrace an important architectural landmark and at the same time provide a more collaborative and welcoming environment. We partnered closely with the New York City Landmarks Preservation Commission, the New York City Department of Buildings, and the Fire Department to sensitively align the building with historic, fire, and safety code requirements.
The design approach, which was a collaborative effort amongst the Ford Foundation, Gensler, and a large team of consultants and vendors, embodies the Foundation's core values of transparency, collaboration, inclusion, and empowerment.
One of the critical goals was to maintain as much of the original architecture as possible, while also providing the necessary programmatic upgrades. In retrofitting the legacy light fixtures, we gutted the old technology and replaced it with energy-efficient LEDs.
Since this building fully represents the mid-century spirit, we emphasized reusing existing furniture and materials. The project includes over 50% of the existing Warren Plattner and Eames furniture restored to pristine condition, totaling more than 1,500 pieces.
Creating sustainable design solutions was a guiding principle of this project, and through a variety of strategies, we were able to achieve LEED Platinum designation. The restoration included the reuse of 85% of existing building materials, which represented about 91% of the building's embodied carbon, and we diverted 90% of construction waste away from landfills.
For the atrium and the garden, we restored the original brick and upgraded the stormwater cistern, which captures rainwater from the roof to supply the makeup water in the new chiller plant. The building's performance was significantly enhanced in terms of heat management, lighting, mechanical, electrical, and ductwork. Without losing the integrity of the original design, the atrium was brought up to code with a new sprinkler system, fire and smoke separations, and full atrium exhaust, all subtly woven into the existing architecture. In the landmark garden atrium, a new brick pathway increases wheelchair access by 50% and allows for more inclusive circulation and features braille signage. The garden had evolved over time with plantings that changed the overall design experience. The newly restored garden brings back the Kylie aesthetic, and the garden itself was redesigned to become a touch and smell sensory experience to aid the visually impaired, only the second of its kind in New York City.
The design team created a new art gallery and a mission-driven art program throughout the building to highlight and engage an equitable experience for all who work and visit.
The 4-year process of preservation and revitalization of the Ford Foundation wasn't just about replacing the fundamental brick and mortar elements. It was about creating a place that would catalyze the work and mission of the Ford Foundation, which at its core is all about a more sustainable and equitable future.